By the end of this lesson, the learner will be able to explain the principle of a cold emulsion and demonstrate the technique of making a cold emulsion. Most food emulsions are known as the oil and water type, which means that oil or fat droplets are dispersed throughout the water. Put oil and water in a jar, shake it vigorously, and you'll disperse the oil. Just to sidetrack slightly, we should not confuse this with a mousse, which is a soft prepared food that incorporates air bubbles to give it a light, airy texture. This is usually achieved through the use of whipped egg whites and may or may not contain gelatin as a stabilizer. The mousse, or uncooked foam, owes its lightness to the egg proteins which have been surface denatured. But back to the emulsion. To prevent our oil droplets from coalescing, a substance known as an emulsifier is required. Egg yolks contain a natural emulsifier called lecithin, which is one of 3 different proteins found in the yolk. This is one of the factors that helps to stabilize emulsions such as mayonnaise and other salad dressings. Lecithin contains a phospholipid called acetylcholine, which has been demonstrated to have a profound effect on brain function. Many proteins in egg yolk can act as emulsifiers because they have some amino acids that repel water and some amino acids that attract water. Mix egg proteins thoroughly with oil and water, and one part of the protein will stick to the water and another part of the protein will stick to the oil. Mayonnaise is the most stable of the basic cold emulsified sauces. It contains a higher ratio of oil to vinegar and a greater quantity of egg yolks than for an emulsified vinaigrette. A good homemade mayonnaise is creamy and in general pale ivory in color. It should be thick and the flavor should be balanced, with enough acid to prevent the dressing from being bland, but not so much that the distinct acid flavor is noticeable. For best results, have all the ingredients at the same temperature, room temperature, before preparing. Mayonnaise, just like hollandaise, can be considered as a mother sauce because of the derivatives which can be produced from it. To make our mayonnaise, egg yolks are beaten until very thick and creamy. This also incorporates a lot of air. Some mustard can be added during this stage, although it is mostly for flavor and plays a very small part in the emulsion. Oil is then incorporated in a slow, steady stream while continuously whipping the mixture. One single egg yolk can suspend up to a liter of oil. As the mixture thickens, some drops of acidity like lemon juice and/or white vinegar can be added. Many variations can be achieved through the same basic procedure, such as a Caesar salad dressing, where anchovy fillets are added to the egg yolks. A problem with preparing mayonnaise in a blender or food processor is that the amount of energy going into the mixture from the motor-driven blades can actually be so high that it will break down the sauce just as quickly as the emulsion is formed. Cooked egg yolks also possess the powers of emulsion, and after cooking an egg at 63.2 degrees for 45 minutes, the egg is pasteurized. Yet, the yolk still retains its capabilities as an emulsifier. Stay tuned for Lesson 8, which will cover the principles of the perfect egg. Or take a look at a sauce gribiche, which is made by removing the cooked yolks from hard-boiled eggs and turning them into an emulsion with oil and vinegar. Then, folding in the whites, which have been chopped into tiny squares, along with other ingredients such as capers and cornichons.